go. Introducing to you first on my left. He is fighting out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing white trunks with black trim. Hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States, he is representing Front Page Boxing in Columbus, Ohio. He weighed in at 227 1/4 pounds with a record of 27 wins and 8 losses. He has 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the 1984 Olympic gold medalist in the super heavyweight division, introducing Tyrell. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing red trunks with gold trim and fighting out of Brooklyn, New York in the United States. His weight is a ready 228 1/2 pounds, and his fine record includes 12 wins, only 1 defeat, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Ray Ennis. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Masakazu Uchida.
A quick look at the tail of the tape of these two fighters. Biggs at 33 may be nearing the end of his career, while Ennis at 27. Biggs will have a 2-inch height advantage, but Ennis comes in a solid 228 1/2 pounds. Biggs will try to use that 2-inch reach advantage to try to keep Ennis off of him, but that's his only hope here tonight. Biggs will try to load up. Ennis will try to use his punching power to end the fight early if he can. A much anticipated fight here between Tyrell Biggs and Ray Ennis. Both these fighters coming off of losses in the heavyweight explosion. Biggs losing his opportunity to win the USBA title from Buster Mathis. And on the other side, William Morris picking up an 8-round win over Ray Ennis. Both disappointed with the loss, and both, John, I know, trying to get themselves righted for a better day here in Tokyo, Japan today. This is a pretty good anticipated fight, and Ennis has already scored with a good right hand here.
That caught Biggs' attention immediately. Nothing like an early wake-up call.
Biggs, you heard the record, 27-8 with 18 knockouts, 12-1 for Ennis, his first loss. That to William Morris. Really never got into the fight. He was kind of lackluster would be the best way to describe it. Maybe took Morris very lightly, but that's something he shouldn't have done. Morris was ready and fought well to win the fight.
Biggs needs to get that jab pumping because Ennis is starting to, get the jab moving and the right hand. And I doubt that Ennis has ever seen a jab like Tyrell Biggs's.
Yeah, you're looking at a couple of very good fighters, and the fact that Biggs, however, at 33, 6'5", 27 for Ennis, and 6'3", so these are very good size heavyweights, 227 and 228. They both do pack a pretty good punch. You got to get the feeling, John, that the feeling out process in round one is not quite over, but nonetheless, I think they're ready to load them up here. Both these fighters wanting to get back on the winning trail, and Ennis has landed a couple of pretty good shots in this first round.
Tyrell's game plan, of course, is to box from the outside using that long reach and the jab. Nice body shot there by Ennis to the ribs.
You heard the numbers on Biggs as far as being the 1984 super heavyweight gold medalist for the Americans. Ennis was rather renowned in New York. The New York Golden Gloves and Empire Games winner, going 36-4 with 30 wins by knockouts as an amateur. 108-6 was the record of Biggs as an amateur. And both now, despite the fact that Biggs is 33, still very much in the heavyweight picture for the title.
Ennis puts his punches together very nicely. You saw a nice crisp combination there.
This is a different Ray Ennis than we saw the last fight against William Morris. Very focused, very concentrating, and I would imagine he definitely has gone in there knowing that he's fighting a much better reputation fighter than he did against William Morris. He got stung once. He doesn't want to get it done again as we near the end of round one.
You heard Tyrell's corner telling him to be first in the first round. He let Annis take the fight to him, and we had Annis winning that round on our scorecard.
So Annis on officially on our cards. It'll be scored at ringside. By the way, the 10-point must system in effect. 3 judges scoring. Despite the fact that we fight in Japan, referee does not figure in the scoring. And again, Ray Annis, a good solid first round. He really, despite the fact that Biggs is going to punch from the outside, Annis really, I thought, John, picked his punches very well. Very economical with his punch, but nonetheless, when he scored, they were quality.
And he throws nice short punches, which is what you want in professional boxing.
You know, he comes from a part of the world, of course, Brooklyn, New York, where a fighter, somebody of some renown, and certainly he has enjoyed that in an amateur, now as a pro, going 12-1, really draws a great deal of attention. And they would really like to see him have an opportunity to fight for a big title somewhere along the way. They would really embrace him.
A couple of guys named Tyson and Bo come from Brooklyn, too. Not a couple of bad heavyweights.
Not too shabby. Oh, pretty good punch again by Ray Annis. Boy, he got some good crisp punches tonight.
Counter right hand caught Tyrell.
Has that been the rap on Tyrell Biggs, that he's open like that, takes a lot of punches, John?
Well, Tyrell's defense has never been terrific because he holds his left hand so low, down by his waist. And now you see Tyrell, who usually fights better when he's hurt and when he's been stunned. We've seen that throughout his career, that Tyrell kind of lulls himself to sleep and starts fighting when the other guy starts clubbing him around. I guess he's decided here in the second round that against Ray Annis he's really come to fight, and he's going to have to be more active.
You made mention he's going to try to fight from the outside, but he doesn't do a lot of angle fighting. I mean, he's standing right in front of Ray Annis, and Annis is making him pay right now. Minute to go in round 2. Both corners, as you can hear in the background, very, very active in this opening 2 rounds. By the way, Jerry Rice, a teammate of Biggs on that Olympic team, is working with him in the corner. That's a change over the last 3 or 4 fights. And Tyrell has said it's been very beneficial. Even though they did lose to Buster Mathis, they still feel that they're getting something done there. Right now, Ray Annis is trying to pick that apart, though.
I'd like to see Ray Annis go to the body a little bit more here, try to break Tyrell down, get his hands lowered. There he did, threw a left hand to the ribs.
You know, if you had to paint a picture of a heavyweight, you probably would pick Tyrell Biggs as being kind of the prototype heavyweight. Look at the body on Tyrell Biggs. Never quite lived up to that body or that reputation. They came out as an amateur. Sure, he had some great fights, and we'll allude to those in a moment here. But again, never really fulfilled the big hopes of Tyrell Biggs, the gold medalist for the Americans in '84. Round getting underway now as we head for the 3rd round. And again, how about the 2nd round, John? Any scoring notes on that 2nd round?
I gave that round to Annis by a close 10-9 margin.
So on our unofficial card, up a couple of rounds over Tyrell Biggs.
Biggs certainly threw more punches in the 2nd round and scored with some body shots, was throwing a jab a little bit more, was more effective.
There's that combination, and a right hand puts Biggs down. He may have been off balance when he caught the right hand, but it was a solid punch. And Biggs is the first to go down here in the 3rd round.
And notice how quiet the Japanese crowd is and how they're just kind of sitting on their hands even with a knockdown.
Boy, Annis is throwing some quality punches now. A left hook almost staggered Biggs again. Biggs gallantly trying to fight back in this, the 3rd round, but he's down and already down on the cards, and this will not help his case.
Tyrell Biggs has been in trouble before against Mike Tyson, against Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, all 3 of those fighters, heavyweight champions at one point or another, so he usually knows how to survive.
By the way, another fighter, Gary Mason from England, also put him down in the 7th round. You mentioned Tyson, Bowe, and Lennox, all winning by knockouts over Tyrell Biggs. Those are some of the big fights that he did lose. He did have a couple of pretty good fights along the way. Ronaldo Snipes he beat. David Bay was probably a real bloodbath. He was requiring 32 stitches to close some gashes after he won that one. Also, Mike Evans in his debut. That was that night of gold after that '84 Olympic Games. And also, Eddie Richardson won that in a first-round knockout along with James Tillis. So he's had some big wins, but as you mentioned, he's fought some good ones, but not been able to step over the hump yet.
And I was at that David Bay fight in 1987 in Las Vegas, and as I said before, Tyrell was sleepwalking through that fight, Sam, and was cut a vicious cut along the left eyebrow, just gushing blood, and he started fighting back and stopped David Bay. But to that point in the fight, he was losing.
Ray Ennis fighting very much inside his style. You see he's starting to pick up the tempo and the mood once again.
And Tyrell's legs do not look very good.
Now, he's definitely the tired of the two, and mostly, but look at the body work that Ennis, he's got him down for a second time, and Tyrell Biggs may suffer to try to get up out of this one. You can see he's thinking about not getting up.
That chopping right hand sent him to the canvas, and Tyrell's showing some heart here. He's getting up for the second time in the round.
You can see Ray Ennis. Boy, look at the focus on his face. Biggs tries to answer back with a weak left.
Now, Tyrell Biggs should be looking to hold and just get out of this round, get back on his stool for the start of the fourth round. He should be looking to mix it up here.
And down he goes.
Very bad mistake.
Now, 3 knockdown rule is not in effect here in Japan as the round ends. Are they calling it? They are calling it. So the fight is being stopped.
Not look very good.
Now, he's definitely the tired of the two, and mostly, but look at the body work that Ennis, he's got him down.
Look very good.
Now, he's definitely the tired of the two, and mostly, but look at the body work that Ennis, he's got him down for a second time, and Tyrell Biggs may suffer to try to get up out of this one. You can see he's thinking about not getting up.
That chopping right hand sent him to the canvas, and Tyrell's showing some heart here. He's getting up for the second time in the round.
You can see Ray Ennis. Boy, look at the focus on his face. Biggs tries to answer back with a weak left.
Now, Tyrell Biggs should be looking to hold and just get out of this round, get back on his stool for the start of the fourth round. He should be looking to mix it up here.
With a weak left.
Now, Tyrell Biggs should be looking to hold and just get out of this round, get back on his stool for the start of the fourth round. He should be looking to mix it up here.
And down he goes.
Very bad mistake.
Now, 3 knockdown rule is not in effect here in Japan as the round ends. Are they calling it? They are calling it. So the fight is being stopped as Ray Ennis again putting Biggs down for the third time in the third round, and the fight is over, and Ray Ennis losing to William Morris in his last outing of the heavyweight explosion. I tell you what, I was impressed tonight with Ray Ennis, the way he attacked Tyrell Biggs.
You had to be impressed with what Ray did in terms of his conditioning, the quality of his punches, his punch selection, nice crisp short shots, went to the